Hello guys, it's week 2 of Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome Awareness Month, so we're in May now. I'm making a video obviously every week for Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome Awareness Month. Last week I started it off with how Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome affects me and what Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome is. So in this video I am going to be speaking about all my stomach problems and my experiences with it and why I've got a feeding tube for. A stomach can be quite severely affected with people with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome due to the connective tissue. Like I said, it's collagen. If you need to know more about it, please do go back on my other video or follow the link to the NHS website, what I will link in the description below. So firstly I would like to show you I'm wearing another one of my Ehlers-Danlos syndrome awareness t-shirts here. I hope you guys like it. So right, I'll start off with basically saying my stomach started getting affected quite severely when I was about 17 years old. Now I am 21, so I've been suffering with my stomach for quite some time. So firstly, really, it was just sort of severe sort of acid reflux. Anybody can get this anyways. It's sort of quite bad it was. I got referred into a feeding clinic. That is when you're just still in a child's. I was in paediatrics, and paediatrics didn't really do much for us. They let us suffer for quite a while with my stomach, and unfortunately nothing really got sorted that quick. We'll go on to saying when I was 18 years old, I got rushed in an ambulance to the RVI at 6 o'clock in the morning. I won't forget that day. I couldn't stop being sick. I was literally projectile vomiting. It was absolutely awful. I won't forget that day. And that's the year I spent Christmas in the hospital. Due to my stomach, I was severely malnourished. You wouldn't actually believe how thin and how sick I was when I arrived at that hospital. So we're trying everything, to see what was wrong and what the crack is with what was going on. So I ended up with having a lot of tests in that stay. I was in hospital for nearly 3 months, which was awful, but I got through it and I'm here now. So I ended up going with loads of tests. Endoscopy didn't work, it failed. That's a whole other story in itself, but it took a couple of months before I could get a transnasal endoscopy done. That's the only type of endoscopy I can tolerate unless they put us to sleep for the other one. And having general anesthetic just for an endoscopy, they don't really do that often. So that's that. I've had loads of tests, barium swallows, video fluoroscopies, and so on and so forth about all of them tests and stuff. But anyhow, the test showed that I've got gut dysmotility. It's basically where the nerves and muscles are failing to work in my stomach. One day I know that my stomach is going to be completely paralysed and I won't be able to consume anything. Where I can consume a small diet at the moment, I know one day it's coming, and I think it's coming closer to the day where I won't be able to eat anything at all. I hope it's not coming too close, but I can feel that the stomach is on a bit of a turn again at the moment. I just had another barium swallow done a couple of weeks ago, and it showed that the dysmotility is now affecting my esophagus, even worse than it already was. So it's really, everything's going 10 times slower down there. They're worried about just risks of aspiration and stuff like that, but hopefully I'll just stay strong and stay safe. So that's my diagnosis. It's just the muscles and the nerves just aren't contracting, just don't contract, and just don't want to work anymore. Stomach's just failing to work. It's give up. It's had enough. So sometimes. But so I started off with a feeding tube. It was an NG tube. I got that back when I was 18 years old. I got it just a few days before Christmas. I vomited numerous NG tubes, and it's not the nicest thing. Also, after the NG tube, a few months later, I got a peg fitted. I had that peg for quite a while, and then that started not to be the best of options because I started getting worsening symptoms where the feed wasn't even digesting my stomach and I was just vomiting it, and it just wasn't working anymore. So I've got now currently something called a PEG J. It stands for Precutaneous Endoscopic Gastrostomist Jejunal Extension. It's a Mickey type of tube. I've called them Mike. I like calling and naming these things. It always makes the things a bit better. So I'll just quickly show you. This is Mike. This is one of the tubey pads. You can get really cool sort of designs to make things a little bit happy, a bit brighter. You know, you do need a bit of happiness and brightness, you know, to make these better of these things. So I've had this surgical placed feeding tube for just over 2 years now, and it saved my life. It's been a life changer. I don't know where I would be without my feeding tube. It's amazing. It's really, really helpful. So like I said, it's got a jejunal extension on this. So that's it. There's the gastric port and the jejunal port. The gastric port is used for venting your stomach, and the jejunal is where feed and meds go through. So I have all my meds via my tube, and obviously I have a feed as well. I'm currently not on the feed right at this moment in time, but I will be on it. So yeah, that's what type of feeding tube I've got. Why I've got a feeding tube is obviously because of the gut dysbiosis. It just doesn't work. My stomach just doesn't want to work, and unfortunately I'll have this feeding tube for the rest of my life. It's something that I had to get adjusted to, but have got adjusted to now, and getting more and more used to it, and needing less and less help with it. My mum helps us a great deal with all of the medications, but I'm starting to get more independent with it now. So I just want to show you something. This is the pump where we connect the feed, and it runs over when you turn it on. I've got a lovely customized sticker there with my name on it. This is the type of feed I have. So that runs through there. Just imagine it's got a given set, and a given set connects to the end of this, and then here is a 60ml syringe. You flush the tube with this syringe. You can also aspirate stomach contents out of it, so for venting. Currently sorting venting bags out. It'll be more for help. And then this is my backpack. I've got a lot of things on it where the feed and the pump goes when I am connected to it. So that is my upper GI story, my upper stomach sort of problem, what's going on there with my upper stomach and my feeding tube. Also in this video I wanted to discuss something quite personal. What I mentioned on the previous video is my bowel. It's starting to get affected, quite nastily affected. I've become incontinent a few months ago, and it's been awful. It's something that I'm really struggling with right now, and struggling to deal with, and we still don't have a plan of what's going to go forward, all because of the coronavirus happened and stuff like that. I haven't been able to sort anything out. I understand obviously that for own safety we can't be in the hospitals because of the coronavirus, but like I said, it's been a bit delayed stuff, but it just basically my bowel is starting to fail to work as well, and I've become incontinent quite badly. I need a few more tests. I had a colonoscopy done. That come back normal. Thank goodness it wasn't anything like that. The bowel is starting to prolapse, unfortunately, and it's caused incontinence. But on the bright side of things, I'm getting referred to a continence nurse, so that is good. Looking forward to seeing her and seeing what we can get sorted, because it's really embarrassing. And it's something I don't want to be dealing with at 21, and I'm just hoping there's some sort of fix for that with it. So like I said, it's not any fun. It's been quite bad. I've got a few tests to come for that, and we'll have a plan to go forward once we know what the further testing sort of shows. So this has been my awareness video about my stomach and EDS. Please like, share and subscribe. Everybody take care, and God bless.